So we are almost at the finish line, everyone. Just a few short days until Fabled releases to hobby stores around the world, and I could not be more excited about it. This set's got a little bit of everything. We've got some iconic characters, some spicy reprints, 2 new rarities to hunt down, and 33 mechanically new cards to play with. Now, quite a few of these new cards have captured my attention, but I managed to narrow it down. So here's my list of 1 card from each ink color in Fabled that I can't wait to get my hands on. My card for Amber is a little bit of a narrower one. It's not something you'll find in a ton of strategies, but definitely will make some noise where it finds a home. It's Aurora Holding Court. So this is an inkable 1 cost with 1 strength, 2 willpower, and 1 lore. She has the ability Royal Welcome. Whenever this character quests, you pay 1 ink less for the next princess or queen character you play this turn. So there's a couple of things I like about this card. First of all, Aurora is my favorite princess, but I also like that it's enabling Princess Tribal. This is a strategy that I've wanted to build since first chapter. We have gotten a lot of great tools over the course of the last few sets, and I think it might be time to build a version of this deck and take it to locals to see how well it fares. Some of the cards you're going to want in that deck include Tiana, Restaurant Owner. This is an uninkable 3-cost princess that when she is exerted, she protects your board by either giving your opponent's challenging characters a -3 penalty to strength or forcing your opponents to pay 3 ink per challenging character. The cool interaction here, of course, is that Aurora comes down turn 1 and you can get Tiana out as early as turn 2, and that 1 turn extra can make all the difference in protecting your board state. Another card you're going to want is Aurora Dreaming Guardian. This means you're playing a Amber Sapphire version of Princess Tribal. Aurora Dreaming Guardian is a Floodborn, and that gives all of your other characters ward. And the nice interaction here is that Aurora Holding Court is a great shift target, but her ability will also count towards the shift cost of Aurora Dreaming Guardian. Couple of princes that you might want to include in that deck. Start with Beast Gracious Prince. This is a brand new one from Fabled. It's going to buff your princesses by giving them +1 strength and +1 willpower. And then in Sapphire, you've got Hans Noble Scoundrel. This guy is going to give you 1 lore when he enters if you control a princess or a queen. And with low-cost princesses like Aurora Holding Court, there's a decent chance he's going to trigger from turn 3, the earliest you can really get him down. My pick for Amethyst probably will come as a surprise to nobody. It's Dumbo, 9th Wonder of the Universe. This is an inkable 4-cost with 3 strength, 3 willpower, and 1 lore. He's got evasive and 2 abilities that are very similar to each other. First is Breaking Records, which lets you exert Dumbo and pay an ink to draw a card and gain a lore. Then Making History gives your other evasive characters that same ability, letting you exert them and pay an ink to draw a card and gain a lore. Dumbo is a bit of a build around in that you want to surround him with low-cost evasive characters. There's plenty of these in Amethyst, quite a few in Emerald, some in Ruby. I like Amethyst Emerald because this gives me access to cards like Pegasus, Gift for Hercules, which is a 1-cost inkable, or Diablo, Spiteful Raven, which is a 2-cost inkable that also has Challenger 2. What's really nice about these characters is that they natively have 1 lore, so that if I use them to activate Dumbo's ability, I'm not sacrificing anything. I'm just paying 1 ink to essentially have them quest and draw a card at the same time. Elsa the Fifth Spirit is also a fantastic addition. It's a little costlier than Dumbo, so it's probably not going to come down before. But what's nice is if Elsa doesn't have a target, say turn 2 or turn 3, then you can turn her into card draw in addition to gaining lore off of her, so you're not out anything. So I went a little nostalgic with my Emerald pick. This is Goofy, set for adventure. He is an inkable 2-cost with 2 strength, 2 willpower, and 1 lore, and he's got the ability Family Vacation, which reads, once during your turn, whenever this character moves to a location, you may move one of your characters to that location for free. If you do, draw a card. This version of Goofy speaks to my soul. I have 5 kids of my own, so being the dad, getting everything ready for vacation, I get that. I feel that on a deep, visceral level. So I was never not going to pick this card. I love it so much. Now, you're probably not going to build around this card. It's going to be an include in a deck that's already running a lot of locations. Most likely Emerald Steel, because that gives you access to the reprinted John Silver Greedy Treasure Seeker that just gets better with more locations in play. And then things like Hidden Cove, Tranquil Haven, which is probably the best Emerald location left in the game after rotation. There's not a ton of support for this right now, but as the next few sets come out and give us additional locations or reprinted stuff that we've lost from rotation, this card might get better. But even so, I still don't regret picking it because, like I said, dad energy. My Ruby pick is probably the card I'm most excited for. It's Powerline, World's Greatest Rockstar. This is an inkable 6 cost with 6 strength, 4 willpower, and 2 lore. It's got Shift 4 as a Floodborn and Singer 9, marking the first time we've seen Singer outside of Amber. His ability mashup reads: once during your turn, whenever this character sings a song, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a song card with cost 9 or less and play it for free. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So, what I like about Powerline is, of course, he's an iconic character. The art on this is amazing. The Enchanted looks even more beautiful. And it cheats costs. I love cards that let me get value like 2-for-1 songs. I found the best success pairing this with Steel, giving me access to songs like Strength of a Raging Fire and Beyond the Horizon. In Ruby, I've got a Pirate's Life, which just got reprinted. It's the bane of many existences, but it's also one of my favorite cards. Eye to Eye, which does something similar. It gets you 2 lore and draws you 2 cards, but it also gives your opponent the same thing, so you got to watch out for that situationally. Be King Undisputed is decent removal because it's a song. You don't get the choice of what character gets banished, but it will trigger Powerline, or you can get it with Powerline. Then there's Nothing We Won't Do, which I think will work really well with Powerline. It is an 8 cost Sing Together that readies all of your characters. They can't quest after, but they can challenge and won't take damage from those challenges. I've had a lot of fun in my testing pairing this with Maui Half Shark. So what happens is Powerline sings Nothing We Won't Do. Then Maui goes in to challenge something. He doesn't take any damage and gets Nothing We Won't Do back from discard. Powerline sings it again. Maui goes into something else, gets it back in this repeatable cycle until all of my opponent's exerted characters are gone. What's nice is you'll also net some lore because Maui's ability of giving you a lore every time an action is played. My Sapphire pick goes hand in hand with my pick for Amber. It's Mulan, Considerate Diplomat. This is an inkable 5 cost with 3 strength, 5 willpower, and 2 lore. She has the ability Imperial Invitation. Whenever this character quests, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a princess character card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. What's nice about this is it helps enable Princess Tribal strategies even further, but even more so, there is some beautiful art going on here, especially the Enchanted. If you look really closely in the Enchanted details, you might find Little Brother, her dog. You'll see Mushu's shadow, the teapot she had with the matchmaker, as well as her comb front and center. The one issue I do see with Mulan is she's a little bit on the expensive side at 5. But Sapphire is also the color that fills your inkwell faster than normal, so it probably won't be too big of a problem. Either way, when I build my Princess Tribal Amber and Sapphire deck, she's definitely going to have a place in that. My pick for Steel is Nala, Undaunted Lioness. This is an uninkable 2 cost with 0 strength, 2 willpower, and 2 lore. She has the ability to determine diversion. While this character has no damage, she gets +1 lore and +1 resist. So what's nice about Nala is she comes out turn 2, quests for 3 lore on turn 3, and if your opponent doesn't have an answer for her, then you're going to repeat that on turn 4. Even if your opponent does have an answer, she still has 2 lore by herself, and it's probably going to take more than one piece of removal to get her off the board, saving other things, because you're probably running this in an aggro deck with things like Mr. Arrow, Legacy's First Mate, who has similar stats. Also, Lady Family Dog, which can help you cheat out additional copies of this on later turns. And John Silver Ship's Cook will help protect her by making it so one of your opponent's characters can't challenge until the start of your next turn. Now, I wasn't the only one in our family thinking about this. I asked my older boys what they thought of some of the new cards, and they gave me each of their favorites. For Zach, my 9-year-old, he picked Scar, Finally King. This is an uninkable 5 cost with 5 strength, 4 willpower, and 2 lore. He's got the ability to be grateful, so giving your allies +1 strength. He also has Stick With Me. At the end of your turn, if this character is exerted, you may draw cards equal to the strength of chosen ally character of yours. If you do, choose and discard 2 cards and banish that character. So obviously, this is going to be some ally synergies. You're going to be running this with things like Jasmine, Steady Strategist, and Bernard Overprepared. The reason why Zach liked it, though, is he just thought the art was really cool, and he loves the way that Scar is leaning on the card frame. For my 12-year-old Eli, he picked Genie of the Lamp. This is an inkable 4 cost with 2 strength, 3 willpower, and 2 lore. He's got evasive and the ability Let's Make Some Magic. While this character is exerted, your other characters get +2 strength. I think this is a really good pick. I've actually been using it in my Dumbo test in Amethyst and Emerald, and it really picks up some slack. So he's got 2 lore, so I'm usually questing with him instead of activating Dumbo's ability. But he pairs really well with Elsa, the 5th Spirit. Who knew that Elsa, the 5th Spirit, was such a good card, right? But it gives, when he is exerted, he's giving Elsa +2 strength. So she's a 4/5, which just can clear out a lot of threats that Elsa by herself can't really cover. Also, Genie of the Lamp has a beautiful enchanted to go with it. So great pick from Eli. So there you have it. Our list of brand new cards we can't wait to get our hands on. Now it's your turn. What cards do you think we missed? What cards do you disagree with on us? Please leave your answers down in the comments. And if you want more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.